Welcome back to Gallery Watch. We're here at the Zigzag Cultural Centre with more talks and more interviews about Helen Norton's exhibition.
It's a continuation of the theme where you'll see the dog appearing again in Dog's Bed. For me, it was actually more about resting. Still, the journey continues in the background. So
he's alone in this wide open world.
Well, where do you think Ulysses is? He took the photo. He's there with his easel painting the painting.
This one here, it's beautiful, this landscape piece.
Yeah, this painting was a bit tricky because I didn't actually want to put any ordinary birds in it. And I gave up and I did in the end. I think that the idea of just the landscape alone was very appealing to me. But occasionally, you know, it's that sense of life coming forward, which is always the case when you're in the bush or something. But again, we're trying to use a sense of distance and ethereal colours and dreaming in the landscape, and to just give a really nice experience, a nice viewing experience, something you could live with.
So I believe this piece is based on a song.
Yes, the Jackie Paper Puff the Magic Dragon song. And I mean, every time I hear it, I still cry. It's amazing, isn't it? But the painting it's a great big story. Puff the Magic Dragon was the basis, that set me off on this, because that particular fairy tale or story or song was all about a little boy's imagination sort of fading away, and while it was active when he was young, he believed in dragons and dragons existed. And once that went, as he grew up, the dragon disappeared,
Yeah.
And so that was actually the whole narrative, or the purpose of that was about, the fact that once you actually stop believing, your whole imaginary world will disappear. And that's actually true. The ability to get to deep narratives. We're working with these terrible, shallow marketing narratives in our lives, which political narratives is what I mean. And we're no longer able to get to the big stories, the ones about life and death and imagination and all those things that actually make your life richer. So here we've got images of a kangaroo lifting up or propping up a dragon who seems to be failing. This work was done a fair while ago, as in about 6 months ago, before I'd actually come up with the Cyclops. I wasn't working on that at that point. But it's that eye, that was really a symbol of the ever-watching eye, always looking. There's other symbols in here. There's a mining symbol, and there's a little girl who's dropped her, she's got it's the Alice shoes, the red, tap your red shoes together, and it's almost as if she's landed in the middle of all this, in this Australian dreaming. There's this great, rich dreaming that we need to get back in touch. And so my job as a painter is to continually, I've decided, to remind people by just bringing it back again and throwing it in and changing it a little bit. And if it evokes a little bit of memory in someone, or someone gets curious and wants to go and follow up, what does that mean? Who's he? Or what's that about? They'll always be rewarded if they read it metaphorically, because there's always a story of the journey. The great journey of life, and there's a lot of clues, to get you through. You don't have to take drugs and drink.
There's so many stories in,
Yes.
and
Yeah, I think the idea is that what we've got to do is remember to create them. I raise the old ones, but we've got to keep we've got to make new. We can mix the old, all these things, Bibles and things are all made out of mixed up old bits and pieces. Yeah. And then we need to put new things in. I've mixed up fairy tales and all sorts of things in here, and a new life, modern life, hence the minor or sort of minor. Yeah. But so that's a great joy,
I found with this piece you could just stand back and you could create your own story with each individual aspect.
That's right. This work actually started me off, and it was where I reduced the painting to almost nothing, and it was an experiment. Leaving something minimal takes more courage than adding something. Yeah, definitely. The idea to me was that there was a sense of, something looking back out at me, and that was where it just came into my head. So this is actually almost looking at a newborn. This is how it starts, is just for an artist. It might be different for other artists, but just one little idea, and then it starts to magnify and sort of expand and then multiply.
Your exhibition is absolutely amazing. The colours, how they blend together, the stories that you can pick up. It's amazing. I hope you enjoy tonight.
Thank you very much. And I do too. And so far there's been a really good feedback from people who've seen the work online, and they've been contacting me and enjoying the work. So it's one of the great things about being an artist is you can actually change and rebirth yourself, and hopefully people will come along with you when you do those changes.
What do you think about the artwork?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's quite different to a lot of other artwork around the place. It's quite unique and it's almost surreal in many ways.
That one there, which is really simple and whimsical, but really has a lot of interest when you look closer to it as well. So it's really nice.
So this is your favourite so far?
Yeah, if I had a big bank account, it would be really a really nice one to have. But
so it's definitely something you'd frame in your house?
Yes, if we had a wall big enough to set it off properly. But yes, it's a really nice one, yeah.
Do you love how it's brought back home, back to Australia?
Definitely. I think that's the one thing that there's a lot of association with our animals that we see as icons. But they've, over the years, especially in the 70s and 80s, where they were very much saturated, and they did just become icons. But they're not. They're really part of our Australian culture, and so it's really lovely to see an artist still these days use it as part of her history, her reference to how she feels as a person, as a child growing up in Australia.
I've watched Helen Norton's paintings for a long while, and she's developing, and this exhibition seems very much more introspective than perhaps former paintings were.
What made you come to this exhibition?
Because I like Helen Norton's paintings.
I think there's a freshness about it that is, really invigorating. It's lovely.
A lot of it's a bit difficult to understand, but I think that's what's so nice about it. You have to really think about it to sort of work out in your own mind what it means and where it's coming from.
Fantastic.
What do you love about it?
The
the quirkiness of a lot of the paintings, the obvious talent, a range of things. The colours, the vibrant colours. Yeah, it's lovely.
No, it's stunning work, beautiful work.
Have you seen any of Helen Norton's work before?
Yes, we have some of her pieces. And
Oh, really? Do you find it very different to what she has done in the past, this exhibition?
yes, to a degree.
What do you think of the Alyssa's Journey topic that she's based the paintings around?
Mystic, yes. Mystic, yeah, I love it. I love that era. It's good. Yeah, good reading about it, so you can relate to it quite well.
This bodywork here a bit more mystical than her previous work. Was more very much just different characters, but just the colours are a bit more muted and a bit softer.
It's very inspiring. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I teach kids art from home, so we'll be looking at some of her artwork for inspiration for the kids.
She mentioned that she's a bit of an impressionist and talked about the mystery of her work, and I really feel that, so I'm sold, yeah. I'm not sure I can afford the paintings, but they're beautiful, and I think she evokes that feeling of mystery and her love of living in the hills, so yeah, I'm really enjoying the exhibition.
I've always found her captivating. She has a story to tell, and she tells it in the most compelling manner. But more importantly, she doesn't give you a destination. She allows you as the viewer, the purchaser or the owner of that artwork to really determine your own interpretations and your own journey. It's all about her setting really the script, but giving you the capacity to interpret as you wish it to be interpreted.
Thank you for being here with us at Gallery Watch. The ancient Greek story of Alyssa's travels have been transferred through Helen Norton's artwork of the Australian landscape. I hope to see you again next week, same time, same channel. Thank you.